Hey there, I wanted to go over your paper with you, and there are some things that I noticed, and the very first thing is that I don't see a clear thesis. So if you go and look at our additional resources and look at the number 2 format for research position paper, you'll see that your intro should explain the problem, which you're doing that, but your thesis your thesis statement needs to come at the end of your intro, and you need to have that clear A, B, and C, and your body paragraph support that. So if you look at this, the overall thesis: paid paternity leave for American workers is essential to A, improving the economic, B, emotional, and C, physical well-being of Americans. And if you look at the A, first body paragraph, economic, that's the A. That's the A. The B, emotional, the emotional. So those need to match. That's the biggest thing that I'm seeing in your paper, is the lack of organization due to that lack of a thesis statement. So the next thing I want to point out, and I don't go through and nitpick every single thing on your paper, what I'm looking for mostly is your organization and your use of sources. That's what I want to address here. At the end of every source that you use, which I would probably advise you to use more of them to prove your thesis and to prove your point, is that you need to have in-text citations. So one, you don't want to capitalize the title, undo that, just do the U, the B, and the L will be capitalized there. But you would say, the authors of the article in quotes, but you don't end the quote. And so it should look like, let me come down to your works cited. And if you use the author's name in the sentence, you don't use it here. You would put the title or 7. So let me come down to your works cited and then give you some, let me look at this one real quick. Don't forget page numbers in all of them. Page numbers. Let me go down to your works cited page here and give you an example. So I'm just going to undo all the capitalization like that. You undo that. I would get rid of all of this long website. Just end it with EBSCOhost, and then you need the access date. End it with EBSCOhost, just put access date. I would end with undefeated.com, period, access date. But with that said, let me show you how you're supposed to cite your sources. Okay, let's say that my author is Bob Jones. The title is super cool title, and I'm going, and let's say it's page 7. Let me make that bigger for you. Okay, always rely on those two things. So here's a few different ways. You want to vary up how you do it. So you want to make sure that you're not relying just on direct quotes. You have to have paraphrasing and summarizing. So I would really keep the direct quotes to a very, very minimal. So I'm going to give you an example of a direct quote, but I want to give you examples more of how you would do the paraphrasing or the summary. So let's say you put this in your own words, and you summarized it, you paraphrased it. So you've already used the author's name. So you would put not and, 7. Or, nope, sorry, capitalize that. So they're all going to look like that always, every single time. So if I were to put, since right here I used the author's name, I'm not going to do it right here. I use the title right here. I'm not going to do it again here. So let's say you have a really long title, and the title is really long title that keeps going and going. In your in-text citations, wherever you plug that in at, let's say it's right here, you would put really long, ... You would shorten it. No, not in your works cited, but in the in-text. Just like that. So this is how you want to do all of your sources. Cut back on that direct quotes. work on paraphrasing and summarizing. So I hope this helps. So if you want me to look at it again, you can just shoot it to me in an email and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon.